Hi, I'm Tim Malinowski, and I'm originally from just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. I went to college at Ohio University, where I majored in forensic chemistry. My original intention was to go into forensic medicine, but once I went to medical school and started working with patients, everything changed. So I went to medical school at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, and then spent the next 10 years in the Army. Did my cardiology training in San Antonio, Texas. How I ended up with Carolina Cardiology Consultants is also a very interesting story. I actually believe they created a position for me. I was looking for a job. I don't think they had a position to offer, but my wife actually arranged an interview. I interviewed, loved Greenville. We loved Greenville, really liked the group, and so they offered me a job, and I believe it's been good for both of us ever since. That was about 10 years ago. I don't think that I had a defining moment about being a cardiologist. I have felt compelled to be a physician for as long as I can remember. My father was a physician, so that probably had something to do with it, but I've never wanted to do anything else. Once I went to medical school, it became clear that the greatest challenges, it seemed that the place where the need was greatest was in internal medicine. So I went into internal medicine, and then cardiology just seemed to be a perfect fit. I mean, it was very exciting at the time. A lot of things were evolving that now we take for granted. There's the opportunity to take care of critically ill people, to take care of people lifelong, and the amount of work that needed to be done just seemed to be almost overwhelming. I mean, we all know that more people die of heart disease than anything else, and that the scope of the problem just seems to be escalating. It's bigger now than I ever thought it would be when I initially went into cardiology. So I've felt compelled each step of the way to do what I do, and I believe God's orchestrating my life, and that I'm not here by mistake. And so I am where I am to do what I'm supposed to do. I've loved the journey. It's not been easy, and I imagine there are going to be many more challenges for me and my partners ahead, but I think we all welcome the challenge. I'm a general cardiologist, as are all of my partners. This means that we all work in the hospital, we all work in the office, we admit patients to the hospital, we take care of patients long term. We all do basic cardiology, we all read some imaging studies. The special feature of our practice is that we're a team. Everybody has a niche, and my niche for our group, or my niche happens to be pacemakers and cardiac imaging. Pacemakers are something that not many cardiologists do. It can be very challenging. It's rapidly evolving. The pacemakers I put in today are very different than the ones that I put in 2 years ago. Cardiac imaging is an exploding field which changes every year, and really our group is made up the way that it should be. If you want to be good at something, you have to focus on it, and you have to do a lot of it. And so I do a lot of pacemakers, I do a lot of cardiac imaging. I have partners that do a lot of heart caths, a lot of angioplasty, all the different procedures in cardiology that are done. We cover the gamut as a group, but those are my niches: pacemakers and cardiac imaging. My life is pretty simple. It's not easy. I work and I work. I spend time with my family. I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful children, who both are now out of college, thank goodness. I try to practice what I preach, so I run as often as I can just to stay in shape. And then I work, and I drink a lot of coffee.